New on Curiosity Stream.
From time to time, we have collisions between asteroids and the Earth.
We track them, we study them, we hope the big one never comes. Don't look up, it's Asteroid Rush. And alligators. They rarely get sick. They even outlasted the dinosaurs. Could they hold the secret to human longevity?
Their blood could have antibacterial applications.
Wade into the investigation on immortal alligators. Watch now on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit curiositystream.com.
Realtors abide by a code of ethics. This is Article 9 in action. Beth, a first-time homebuyer, knew nothing about the home buying process, except that she wanted to buy a home. But her realtor had the expertise to make sure Beth understood every document, even giving her copies to review with her lawyer so Beth could close on her first home with confidence. Complicated things explained in simple terms. The difference between an agent and a realtor is real. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. That's who we are.
What's up? It's your boy, The Ted Smith. Thanks for listening to the Men's Room Daily Podcast. Want more? Check out the greatest podcast in all the land, The Podcast. Be sure to subscribe and listen to a brand new episode every Tuesday night.
The debauchery rolls on. You're listening to the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
Coming up on this Positive Friday, we will drink and toast in the weekend with the shots of the day that is Bad Choice Friday time.
You know it's Bad Choice Friday.
It's Bad Choice Friday.
You know it's Bad Choice Friday.
Hey, man, this is your fault.
Game on. As we celebrate 50 years of KISW Saturday and Sunday at noon, the Ryan Castle brings you 25 from 50. And this week on 25 from 50, starting at noon, the 25 most memorable hair bands of all times. Neither one of these that memorable. Let's give it up for the Bullet Boys. Yes, it's true. Smooth Up In You did not make the top 25 from 50.
This song did?
No, it did not.
Dang.
Yeah, what a
shocked,
bummer, right? Another that did not make the 25 from 50 on the 25 most memorable hair bands of all time would be Autograph.
There you go.
So what do you want to hear there on your drive home now? Smooth Up In You from the Bullet Boys or Autograph, Turn Up the Radio. Those are your choices on a Bad Choice Friday. One of those tunes coming up after we drink and toast with a shot of the day. All right, our question, what are you really happy you saw or what are you really unhappy you saw? 206-421-ROCK.
Oh, damn it. Come on. Hello, Conrad. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Hola.
Hola.
So I got a good story. I'll start off by saying I'm not squeamish around like medical procedures or anything, and I'm not sure if it's a trust issue or a general interest, but I always watch.
All right.
You know, whether I'm getting blood draws or shots,
Sure.
small procedures. And while I was getting a vasectomy, I decided that it was a good idea to take a peek at what the doc was doing.
Did you feel that way at the end?
I did not feel that way at the end.
Okay.
I'll tell you what I think the most interesting part of watching that procedure is when they grab a hold, they cut the vas deferens, all right, which is the tube that connects your testicles and sperm up into your urethra. They cut this thing, and then basically what they do is they either cauterize it or they tie it or whatever they do. They do it in front of you. But when they're pulling at the vas deferens from the top part, the one that does not go into the testicles, you can feel it in your stomach like you got kicked in the boys.
Right.
Like that is the nerve that creates that feeling. So when that's happening, you realize that. You're like, whoa, and you're right. You can see the whole damn thing. You can see all inside of it. It is something.
What was the moment where you realized maybe you don't want to watch this anymore?
I let out like the weirdest moaning whimper. I've never made a noise like that, and slammed my head back and just saw all the smoke from the cauterizing and got pretty queasy.
Yeah, smoke and testicles there's not two things I think should ever go together. How long did the process last?
Honestly, it took about maybe 3 minutes.
That's it, really?
I think mine was a little bit longer, but I was also...
Oh, Miles with the big testicles.
No, I was on a lot of Percocet, so I don't know the time. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not sure...
Oh, right. You're just floating in the cloud.
Yeah, to me, it's just like, all right. Oh, God, look at that. Wow.
So do you continue to watch medical procedures being done on you after that?
I have not had one since, but I may change my way here.
Well, man, I'll tell you what's another interesting video, because you're out, but you can watch the video of your colonoscopy if you so choose. I've got stills. Basically, that's going to be my holiday card. But you can watch the entire video of the.
I just have no interest.
Of the train ride.
Man, just do what you got to do.
It's kind of like Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Right.
I mean, like when the ball rolls down the tunnel kind of thing.
Because otherwise, do you want to watch? I'm like, I don't care. You don't understand me. I don't care. Just do what you've got to do. You can show me if you want. If you don't show me, I don't care. That said, whatever you take out of me, I would like to keep as a souvenir.
See what it looks
and
like.
they never let you do it.
Colonoscopies, though, that's got to be the procedure, I think, that's filmed and shown the most.
It became national TV now.
Yeah, right?
You want to see my colonoscopy? Like, I don't. And look, I understand.
Right. I like the message.
People are raising awareness, but by raising awareness, all you need to do is say something.
Yeah.
Like, hey, man, get your colon checked. Not like, look at the inside of my butt. Like that. Yeah, okay, it's overkill. You know what I mean? You're overstepping a bit. That's just me. Hello, Kyle. Welcome to the men's room.
How's it going?
Hola.
Hola. All right, well, I was doing a little bit of time in the state penitentiary, and, you're always told, never look into another man's cell, One thing, it's privacy. Another thing, you might see something you never want to see. And I don't know. I don't know what happened. I heard a little noise. I was thinking it was a fight or something. Glanced over, and it definitely wasn't a fight. It was two dudes just going at it. It was definitely not anything I wanted to see.
Were they like directly across from your cell or what?
No, so it's like a tier, and they're like bars. So there's no doors. And you're just walking down this tier, and it's like a cell after cell after cell. And, every once in a while you hear a scuffle, and you think, oh, cool, I get a good glance of a fight. Yeah, it wasn't definitely a fight that time.
Was there cuddling involved?
No cuddling.
Okay, all right.
I would say that.
Come on, man, guys, cuddle a little.
It's hard to walk by that many doors and not look in.
Yeah, I mean, like, come on, man. That's ridiculous.
But I guess when he says that, every time you see film of, like, prisoners walking, like, they're always kind of looking over the railing.
Right. Yeah. I don't know my jail etiquette. I do remember seeing the guy poop in the cell, but they were lined up directly. So I'm, like, laying on a cot. I know I'm getting down in a few hours, but I'm just laying there. I see him get up, you know what I mean? He kind of nods at me even, acknowledging, like, hey, what's going on? And pulls down his pants and sits on the metal toilet, and then you can hear it. I'm just like, God damn it, man. You know what I mean? Like, I get it. Do what you got to do. Just like a heads up maybe next time. I don't want to watch you poop.
This is just like having roommates.
Yeah.
What are you really happy you saw, or what are you really unhappy you saw? 206-421-ROCK.
Hello, Taylor. Welcome to the men's room.
What's up, nerds?
Hola.
Real quick, I just got to say, I'm probably the only Dolphins fan in Washington, and I felt good last night.
You are not the only Dolphins fan, because they've all reached out to me. Every single one. Hey, look, man, good on your team. They beat the piss out of them. Ravens played like bitches. They got beat like bitches. That's what happens. It's football.
Sports books loved it. I mean, I guarantee you they did.
2 people bet on that game and made money.
I know.
You know what I mean?
It was kind of funny. They're not experts, but every sports analyst or whatever, everybody taking the Ravens.
It was unanimous.
Yeah.
Seriously, like the day before, it was unanimous. Everyone picked the Ravens, and they were wrong. But look, 2 things came out of the game. One, the Dolphins probably saved their head coach's job. Because it's not just that they won, they put an ass whipping on. That's one. 2, hopefully, and I'm praying the Dolphins did this for the Ravens, we get rid of our goddamn defensive coordinator. Because whatever he's doing, it doesn't work. It doesn't work, man. When things don't work, you'd stop doing them. That is what logical thinking is. Get him the F out of there. Jesus. So thank you for that. You could have been a little more gentle.
Yeah, it was fun to watch. But anyway, to my story. So I was at Warped Tour probably 7-8 years ago, and I'm watching this band Attila, and they put on just like, it's just gutter metal. Like, it's intense, but I see this pale, tiny, emaciated, like, goth girl coming from the front of the stage and she has to cross through where all the mosh pit is. And as she gets through the mosh pit, she comes to where what we call the hardcore dancers are, the guys that, like, swing their arms around and kick. Well, she doesn't see this one guy who's going full bore. He's thick as a Snickers. This guy is throwing bows. he clocks her full swing right in the nose.
Oh.
And when I say explosion, her nose exploded, like blood shot out, because you know how people gauge their ears?
Yeah.
Her nose was gauged. And so it separated, basically, the septum split in half. And it was like her nose was hanging off.
Oh, God. Oh, man. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it was.
Did a thick snicker guy realize he had done this, or was he just in his moment and didn't know?
He was full tornado mode. He just kept moving.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the problem, man.
Know your surroundings. That's a fact.
I will say, that being the worst thing, like 20 minutes later, some other girl tried to go through the pit. Someone hit her in the chest and her boob popped out. So it's kind of like a win-win. Like,
All right.
Yeah.
The only two girls in the venue. Totally destroyed. What are you really happy you saw, or what are you really unhappy you saw? 206-421-ROCK.
I've never been a big pit guy.
Never been a big pit guy. I mean, just based on my age, mosh pits were massive back in the day when punk was still on top of the world and stuff. And I go to a couple clubs, and it's dumb, but you always forgot that it was going to happen, right? So, like anything, if it's a club that holds 400 people, and I know Bad Brains is playing, like, you want to get there and you want to go to the front of the stage, because when you're younger, that's super important to you, right? So you're there and you're up front and you and your buddies are real happy. Then the band starts, and within 5 seconds you remember why you don't necessarily want to be up here if the mosh thing isn't your thing. So the two times I really got trapped, I remember getting a combat boot to the mouth. The guy was like swimming on top of the crowd, so he's kind of pushing himself forward, but the tread of his boot smashed me in the mouth. Wasn't the end of the world. That's fine. There was a mosh pit. It took me like 15 minutes to get out of it, right? Because, I mean, everyone around me is going nuts, and I'm like, let me just get to that perimeter where you're still kind of up close, but I'm not part of the nonsense. I remember fighting my way out of this goddamn thing. But when I kind of got to the safer perimeter edge, I kind of stumbled out. And there's a big bouncer standing there, big security guard guy. He thinks that I want to be in the mosh pit, so he thought he's doing me a favor. This dude picks me up over his head and throws my ass back into, and the whole time I'm flying through there like, this is not what I want to do, goddamn. But I fought my way out the other side the next time. Like, I don't want that guy to see me again. Seriously, dude, it took me forever to get out, and he throws my ass back in. I'm like, I know he didn't know. This is the last thing I feel like doing.
I've always been about the post-up.
What's the post-up?
Like, wherever you just got to post up near the back, or it gets, you know what I mean? So like you're close, or like, you know what I mean?
Close enough.
Close enough.
Right.
But you're out of the danger zone.
Yeah.
What are you really happy you saw, or what are you really unhappy you saw? 206-421-ROCK.
And when I used to go to shows with Ern, that was our thing. I'm like, should I be going to the show with you? He'd be like, we'll go post up. We'll be fine.
Post up. Hello, Beth. Welcome to the men's room.
Hello, gentlemen.
Hola.
So yeah, when I was a physical therapy student, I got the chance to observe a lot of surgeries and other disciplines, and still the worst one to this day is when I was in a podiatrist clinic and I watched the podiatrist lean down and clip a bone sticking out of a diabetic patient's toe, patient totally awake, no issues, and I watched that piece of bone fly, and it still is in my nightmares.
Damn.
Okay.
So, what, it just kind of jetted out? I mean, like... the bone?
Oh, yeah. Think about like clipping a wire or something. It just flew.
But it's bone.
Oh, yeah, it was bone.
Okay.
What was that condition called?
So with diabetes, a lot of people have the diabetic peripheral neuropathy.
Oh, no, we just talked to a diabetic foot nurse, half an hour ago.
Yeah, exactly. They don't feel their feet. The dude didn't even feel the clip, as far as I know. Like, he looked down, couldn't tell that his toe was broken, couldn't tell that bone was sticking out if he didn't look at it.
Okay, that's good. That's good, because you don't want to tell people those things. Like, am I all right? Like, well, your bone's sticking out of your toe. Like, you don't want to know that.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Hang on.
Absolutely.
Just hang on.
You're perfectly fine.
What are you really happy you saw, or what are you really unhappy you saw? 206-421-ROCK.
You watch a little kid take a hard fall.
Instantly.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
You're okay, man.
Don't cry.
Okay.
Don't cry. Don't cry.
Everyone, well, the whole thing is like, don't look at him. Don't look at him. If you look at him, he's going to cry. Don't look at him. So they lay there for like 30 seconds waiting for someone to look at him, even though they're directly behind you. But like, if you don't look at him, he's not going to cry. And I don't know what it is, if it's psychosomatic, but it works about 90% of the time. Hear him fall down the stairs, like, don't check on him.
No.
He ain't screaming, so it ain't that bad, right? Don't say anything.
Right. And then when you're an adult and you fall like a jackass and you're actually hurt, you got to pop right up.
I'm fine.
Nothing happened. Nothing happened.
I'm good. Hello, Charlie. Welcome to the men's room.
Hey, so I was on a long business trip. I was over in the UK for about 2-3 weeks, and I got on a flight coming home early. I was like super excited to get back home. I opened up the front door, and all of my furniture was moved off to the side. There were 8 guys standing in black robes and a naked girl on my living room floor.
I'm assuming this is not the norm.
No, totally not the norm. Didn't expect some pagan ritual happening. The guys in the black robe shuffles over and is like, oh, you're home early. It was my roommate. And he's like, can you come back in like 2 hours? I'm like, yeah. I give him my bag and I go out and I have a couple of beers. I go back home and it was like nothing had happened.
Let me ask you.
Oh, but you got questions for your roommate.
Look,
you gotta have questions.
I'm a dude, all right? So I know how dudes operate, and we come up with all kinds of bull ass to do anything. So is it some pagan ritual, or 8 losers want to look at a naked chick who's dumb enough to fall for the crap they're feeding her?
You know, I'm going to assume it was a genuine pagan ritual. He was into, like, something called the Golden Dawn, Aleister Crowley's type of stuff. And
but she had to be naked, is my point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously, if you have a naked woman, everybody has to be wearing black robes.
Yeah.
It was. I still don't know to this day if I was happy or unhappy to see it.
I would say this. Maybe when this lease is up, it's time for us to go our own ways. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I don't know what the hell else is going on in here, but maybe I don't want to know, but I got to live here. So preferably, you know what I mean? Like, I just want to eat something on the counter without worrying about what was on the counter. Or...
Yeah, like, it's part of a ritual. Okay.
Yeah, in my day,
right.
like the weirdest thing you do is find a porn DVD or something and be like, oh, that's what you're into.
Yeah.
All right.
What are you really happy you saw, or what are you really unhappy you saw? 206-421-ROCK.
New on Curiosity Stream, he allows them their riches
Putin has to be the richest of the rich.
in exchange for their loyalty.
The oligarchs have supported someone for president that they underestimated.
The illicit affair between Russia's elite and the man who rules them on Putin and the oligarchs. And World War II Normandy, an obscure battle training session takes a tragic turn. Uncover the one secret military catastrophe on the secret D-Day disaster. Watch now on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit curiositystream.com.
Realtors abide by a code of ethics. This is Article 9 in action. Beth, a first-time homebuyer, knew nothing about the home buying process, except that she wanted to buy a home. But her realtor had the expertise to make sure Beth understood every document, even giving her copies to review with her lawyer so Beth could close on her first home with confidence. Complicated things explained in simple terms. The difference between an agent and a realtor is real. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. That's who we are.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. When we think about the COVID-19 vaccine hesitancy in the Black community, let's remember, it didn't happen by chance. It's justified in history. But the will to change the narrative is strong today, and our people are lending their voices to the conversation. We're sharing our stories and the reasons that made us choose the vaccine so we can lead the way for others to make a well-informed choice too. To hear our stories, visit hereforuswa.org.
Hello, Discover here to explain our cash back match. Here's how it works. We give you cash back for using your Discover card on the things you were going to buy anyway. Then we match that cash back in your first year. And that's why we call it Cashback Match. Now to recap and say cashback one more time. We match all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year automatically. Discover. Exceptionally common sense. Learn more at discover.com/match. Limitations apply.
99.9 KISW. The men's room is in progress.
Doing it live. 50 years of KISW. Haven't seen you guys in a long, long time. Finally, we get to do a little partying. KISW proudly presents Live Day that's coming up this Thursday, November 18th, Snoqualmie Casino. There are a few tickets left. Check out what's remaining at KISW.com. I know BJ and Mix have a few tickets left. We have a few tickets if you get there in the afternoon. And there are, of course, packages available for the entire day as well. Join us at Snoqualmie Casino. Everything live. Sound effects, commercials, music. There is nothing pre-recorded. You'll be able to do a little beat migs, play a little big dummy with us in the afternoon. Head chef's going to give out free hot cookies to everyone.
Except Mike.
Yeah. Michael had to just sit there.
Can you bring cookies into a casino?
Don't know. Yeah, we're not sure. We're going to bake them. I'm going to bring in my Easy Bake Oven.
There you
Well, it'd be
go.
nice if people bake some cookies.
Yeah.
There you
Take
go.
all day because you only get like 5 of them in there. But either way. I will see you at Live Day this Thursday, Snoqualmie Casino. All the details at KISW.com. Got that bad boy out there. All right, our question. What are you really happy you saw, or what are you really unhappy you saw? 206-421-ROCK.
Hello, Jordan. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
So I'm actually a pest control technician, and saw something that I actually really like seeing. I was servicing a home, and the owner did not answer the door right away, so I just went about servicing the home, spraying bug spray around the perimeter, and as I was walking around back, there was a window that was open, and as I was spraying, I looked in, and there was the owner of the home getting dressed, and she didn't have anything on at the moment. She spotted me, and I spotted her, ducked my head down real quick and pretended like I didn't see anything, and at the end of the service, I had to go knock to let her know everything that was done, and it was a very awkward exchange, but she's been my girlfriend now for the past 4 months.
What do you mean an awkward exchange? How could it have been an awkward exchange if you're now dating her?
Saying at the time.
No, I mean, at the time, it was very awkward.
Well, did she ever cop to maybe doing it because she had an interest in you and was putting on the show for you, or was that completely an accident?
It was completely an accident. I never actually had serviced this house before.
So how
you keep talking about service in houses. She's randomly naked. I mean, it sounds like a porn.
That we wish we were a part of. So how do you go from, hey, I'm here for pest control, I saw you naked, then now you're dating? Who reached out to who?
Well, so when I was servicing the home, I had sent a text message to the owner saying, hey, I'm at your residence at the moment, servicing your home. Send me a call or a text if you have any questions or concerns. And so she had my phone number, and after the awkward exchange, I go home, and later that day she kept texting me, apologizing and everything like that. And she's like, hey, look, I'm really sorry. How about I make this up to you and we go out to dinner?
Wow.
And it just kind of hit up from there.
That is insane.
That is unbelievable. I'm so sorry you saw me naked.
So what did you write back like, don't be sorry, it was actually quite pleasant?
I didn't know what to actually message back, and I was just kind of like, oh, no, it happens all the time. It's okay.
Sure it does. Why do you think I'm in this business?
Right.
You think I want to deal with bugs?
That's a good point. I can see naked chicks who deal with bugs. It's about the naked chicks.
Mm-hmm. Did you take care of the house? Were there any more bugs?
No, there was no more bugs afterward.
What were you spraying for, just out of curiosity?
Spiders and ants, basically.
Okay.
The standard.
Thank God you don't have to deal with termites around here. What a pain in the ass they are.
I cannot believe he's dating this chick now.
It's amazing.
That's awesome. I saw you naked, and you texted me to apologize.
People get on dating apps.
Right, all this stuff that people
go
do.
Out, bars, maybe try to hook up, whatever they can do, and all you got to do is go spray someone's home. Oh, I'm sorry, service someone's home.
Someone's home, yeah.
And later on, you'll be spraying it. What are you really happy you saw, or what are you really unhappy you saw? 206-421-ROCK.
Hello, Jake. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bichola.
Hola.
So I was in the Coast Guard, and in 2003, I went to the hydroplane shows in Kennewick, and so we had to do, perimeters and make sure people don't cross boats, don't cross, the perimeter so that the hydroplanes can actually do what they're doing. And going through all of the hydroplanes, the boats and everything, you don't know how many women are actually naked, just sunbathing on the boat.
Yeah. I mean, that sounds awesome.
What percentage of them would you say were sunbathing naked on the boat?
About 90.
All right.
Damn.
Hey, why not? You're in Kennewick. You know what I mean? You're getting some sun. The water's warm.
You're on a boat. Why not, man?
You're never going to see anybody again, right? You're not living in Kennewick. You know
well, unless you're spraying for bugs.
I mean, you could. Yeah, exactly. That's a good point.
And then we had a guy throwing water balloons full of vodka at us, and literally we're in the Coast Guard, so I'm like, dude, I can't take that. And he's like, nope, take them. Here you go. We're like, okay. So of course we took them back to our rooms and drank them all.
No, we understand that you have to say that. We get it. We know, hey, man, we're Coast Guard. We can't accept, we completely understand that you're lying to us. Like, I know you can't take it. I'll accidentally leave it. We no goddamn way you're going to go back and drink.
Like a cop shaking you down when you're, underage. I'm going to need to take that weed.
Yeah, and take all this booze from you. Like,
okay.
Is that guy still on there?
He is not.
He must have soft hands.
Be able to
catch the water balloons?
Yeah.
Sure. Well, I think you probably don't fill them up all the way, right? Think about the little tiny water balloons.
All right,
you can catch those without
Yeah,
break.
they don't break as much.
You just get the shortstop or the second baseman who's been through some
right, exactly.
drills, man. He just that's all, man. Guy could turn to. That's your man.
Let the ball right. Football, let it come to you.
Yeah. right. Hello, Anya. Welcome to the men's room.
Hello.
Hola. Wanna put it on you.
Okay, so 5 years ago, 2016, I was dating this man from Memphis, Tennessee. I have a little accent there. So he came to visit me, so I went to go visit him. And I was on my way back to Seattle, and I was walking around the airport, and I went to a gate because I wasn't sure where my gate was. And there was these two gentlemen, older gentlemen, white hair, and they were sitting down next to each other. They were smiling at me. And I didn't really, I didn't notice. I didn't want to make a big fuss. I didn't really, think anything of it. And I thought, wait a minute, they look really familiar. And so I was like, later on, I realized it was Robert Plant and Jimmy Page were sitting down waiting to go back to England. And I could, knock myself because I didn't realize it at the time.
Well, you must have looked pretty good if they were checking you out.
Right, this is Robert Plant and Jimmy Page.
Jimmy Page still doesn't date anybody under 25, so,
Yeah. So I was happy to see them. Then I was unhappy because I didn't talk to them. I just was minding my own business. I didn't know who they were.
Yeah, that is. I would just never suspect being in Tennessee and running into half a Zeppelin. You know what I mean? Not that Nashville isn't a music capital.
Right.
Not that Memphis doesn't have music and all those things. I get that. It's just, that would not, maybe Garth Brooks or maybe, you know what I mean?
I wouldn't expect to see them in England.
But they were in Memphis. I mean, they were probably down there just stealing some blues music.
Whoa. Writing their next album.
Look out.
Zach. Wow, well done, Tim.
Zach. That's a classic rock joke for all you kids there at home.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Then Greta Van Fleet got on the next plane out there.
Zap! This sounds good. Let's make it popular.
Yeah.
What are you really happy you saw, or what are you really unhappy you saw? 206-421-ROCK.
Hello, Eric. Welcome to the men's room.
Yeah, hey, how you doing? Hola. So, I'm not really sure in hindsight if I was happy or unhappy about this. You'll have to tell me here. I kind of felt like I was a character in a Hollywood movie, really. This was when I was 15. I was finishing up a bike ride after school, right before summer vacation. And at the very end of my bike ride, the trail kind of spits me out at this park. And as I'm biking through the parking lot about to head home, I bike past my mom's car, and I see her kissing my best friend's dad.
Ooh. Now, is your mom with your dad, or is she single at this time?
She hadn't divorced yet. But things were definitely kind of tense between the two of them, and I was kind of suspicious that there was something going on, but couldn't quite prove it. And it's almost like that's sort of why I was sort of happy about it. It's like, aha, I knew it.
So did this end up being like the reverse stepbrothers? Like your best friend and you actually liked each other and got to be stepbrothers?
Yeah, actually, it kind of turned out that way. Yep, they're currently married now, actually. And my best friend became my stepbrother.
That's crazy.
What about the situation that I saw? And overall, I think I was upset at the time, but I got to be honest, it was kind of gratifying knowing that I could prove what was going on.
Yeah, you can hang something over your mom's head. That way you can never get in trouble. So,
absolutely. I hang it over everyone's head.
How about your dad? Did he end up hooking up with, your best friend's mom?
No, it didn't work out that way.
Okay.
So how long have they been married now?
About 4 or 5 years, I think.
Okay. Damn.
That's not okay. Look, have you ever been in a situation before where maybe you're dating someone and they start dating they start having a thing with somebody else, right?
All right.
And in this case, the person that was the girlfriend of the guy that was hooking up with the person I knew contacted me to let me know because she found out. So she said, like, look,
explain this to me now.
Okay, listen. So my girlfriend, right? Let's just assume this. She starts hooking up with this dude.
All right, okay.
We're
okay.
still dating. All right?
But she's hooking up. Okay.
She's hooking up with
as
this
far
dude.
as you know,
This
yes.
dude's girlfriend finds out that they are hooking up. She contacts me.
Right.
And says, hey, this is going on. We need to talk. Let's meet up here. I need to tell you what I've got, and I'll show you what I've got. I'll show you the proof of this stuff, right? So then, at this point, okay, while we're at the bar, beers are flowing.
Yeah, for sure.
Drinks are going.
Go for it.
There's a lot of emotion
You know
involved.
you're tapping that as soon as she calls.
I mean, and it just seems like, you know what I mean? Like, all right, we'll get these two back. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's that vibe in the air. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it didn't happen.
What?
It didn't happen. But the vibe was there.
Why did it not happen?
I think because of her children.
Oh, okay.
I think there was more, you know, like.
Okay.
But at the same point in time, I was still thinking to myself, I got a chance.
Right.
This is my chance.
Yeah, for sure.
I got a chance. You know what I mean? But yeah. Oh, by the way, we told you earlier that we had this audio that we wanted to play you. Our question, what are you really happy you saw, or what are you really unhappy you saw? 206-421-ROCK. This is audio of a guy who is driving. I think he's late to his friends.
He's running late to do something.
Either way, he calls up his buddy. He's leaving him a voice message to let him know just that. But then he witnesses an accident happen in front of him. So this is him just leaving a message to his friend before the accident happened. Then you'll hear the accident happen, and he'll take it from there.
Hey, Mark, excuse me. I'm on my way to 3768. Kind of got hung up. It's raining out here. I'm on my way into Dallas. Jerry's probably going to be calling you to find out where I'm at if he can't get a hold of me, I'm sure. So thought, whoa, man, I just had a wreck right in front of me. This guy ran a red light and hit four old ladies in an Impala. Just kind of clipped them and turned them around right in front of me, man. That was close. Oh, now this guy's getting out of his car. He's got a white shirt on with a tie and a cigarette hanging out of his mouth. He's throwing his hands up in the air like it was their fault. Oh, hold on. He's going over their window. She's rolling down the window. Oh, man, I think she sprayed him with pepper spray, man. He's on his face and he's on his knee. She's getting out, she's beating him with an umbrella. The other women are getting out, too. There's one woman with a little black person. She's tomahawking him, man. She looks like a Sunbelt 20 horsepower jackhammer. We got another woman that's she's hitting him like he's got a cattle prod, man. She's got an umbrella. She's sticking it inside. Oh, there's another one it's a little woman that looks like Mother Goose. She beat him. She's got this huge big bag. It's huge. It's about the size of her. She's about 4 foot nothing. She hit him over the head. Everything went all over the place. Her Bible fell. She just hit him in the head with a Bible. She picked this Bible up and she lifted it way over her head. It was a hardback NVI version. They're still beating the hell out of this guy. She picked this Bible up and raised it up above her head and just beamed the guy. This guy's not getting up. They're still hitting him. The one with the little black person still, pieces of it. Okay, he's up on the car. The little woman just beating him again with that big bag. He's running to his car. He's out of here. The little bitty Mother Goose woman. She's stuck into him as he's driving off. I wish you would have been here, man. This is too good.
In case you didn't catch all that, a dude in a truck hit 4 old ladies in an Impala. The dude in the truck went up to give them grief. They pepper sprayed him. He dropped to the ground. They got out of that car, and these 4 old ladies individually got out of the car and beat his ass.
One with a Bible.
I know. She beat him with a Bible.
Speaking of a Bible, our question, what are you really happy you saw, or what are you really unhappy you saw? For Riverview police officer Jonathan Garcia, his first day on the job will always be memorable after he responded to a man who was pooping on the sidewalk of a heavily traveled road.
So you want to be a police officer.
It's a day that they say people in the area will likely remember for a long time. Garcia definitely will not forget. I don't think anyone will forget it, he said. We get a call from a few passers-by about a white male in front of the church on Pennsylvania. They said he was pooping right in front of the sign there. The appalled neighbor snapped pictures of the man in action just outside of the Riverview Church of Christ. Garcia said the evidence was on the sidewalk when he arrived, and it was obvious what it was. It was definitely not an animal. It was definitely human in nature, according to Garcia.
You know what's amazing? Not all of us are like animal trackers, but when you see a human turd, you're like, that is a human turd.
You know it.
Garcia and his training partner caught up to the man just down the street. The man admitted to what happened and said he just had to go. He did admit to defecating in public. He acknowledged that his actions were wrong, but I guess the urge got the most of him, and he was unable to find an accessible restroom right away. The man was taken into custody and cited for disorderly conduct. He was then given a ride to a family member's home. Police believe mental illness may have been behind the behavior, but they're trying to get all that sorted out in court. So there you go.
Is that disorderly conduct? I mean, I don't know what I don't know if it's like littering to the extreme. I don't know, but I feel like you poop on the side. You're not causing a scene other than the fact that people see you pooping. But like, is this disorderly conduct?
Mm-hmm. It's out of line.
It is out of line.
This is disorderly. A Winfield man was taken to jail early Friday after he allegedly was seen exposing himself and masturbating inside a Valparaiso laundromat. Robert Bottomer faces a misdemeanor count of public indecency. Police said they were dispatched at about 2:30 a.m. on a Friday in reference to a man sitting in a massage chair while masturbating. Officers found Bondemir still in the act with his hands down his pants and his eyes closed when they arrived, according to the incident report. The accused quickly removed his hand from his pants and then admitted to police what he was doing. Another man and his wife told police they saw him exposing himself. He was handcuffed and taken to jail.
Damn.
I mean, laundromats are boring.
Our question.
They are boring, but you got to pass the time another way, man.
45 minutes. I'm just going to sit here. What are you really happy you saw, or what are you really unhappy you saw? 206-421-ROCK.
Hello, Randy. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
How you doing, guys? Long-time listener, big fan.
Oh, welcome to the show, man.
I actually have two scenarios. One was the worst thing I saw, and then a couple weeks later, it was the best thing I saw.
All right.
My son and I, we ran play cars and midgets up at Skagit Speedway north of Mount Vernon. So Chevy took that last year. He's running my midget, going from sixth heading to the third. Cuts between two cars, gets clipped, gets put in the wall, barrel rolls 4 times down the front stretch, endos twice. Totally destroyed the car. I mean, all the wheels are gone, shocks are gone, chassis bent steering wheel, bent the seat, bent the rear, basically everything. Motor's falling out of the car. So he gets out of there. We got killer safety equipment, so he's hurt, but he's all right. So they take him in, went to the hospital. Looked like he got boxed, because of the G-forces that try to pull their eyes out of your socket.
Sure.
His eyes are all bloodshot from the blood rushing to his head. And then, then 2 weeks later, he puts together his sprint car, which is a 500 horsepower car. Goes down to Oregon, non-wing show, and goes down, and we're running a limited 360 motor, and he goes down against the open 360s and whoops them all and wins the whole night.
Oh, nice.
That's cool.
Are you saying that was a 2-week difference?
Yeah, 2 weeks. He was in the hospital just for a couple hours, and he had a slight concussion, and then, of course, couldn't move for a few days, but yeah.
I didn't realize the blood did that in your head. I mean, it makes perfect sense.
No, it makes sense when you say it out loud.
I would never know what was going on with somebody be like, oh my God, their head's bleeding.
Right.
It's what it is, because when you barrel roll in a sprint car, the G-force is so intense and you are rolling so fast that it takes all the blood and rushes to your head.
Yeah, it makes sense.
His eyes were just completely red. There was no white. I mean, just totally red. And it was just...
Had a massive erection. All the blood goes out. We're like, all right, get me out of here.
That's where Nate tried to decide.
Try to figure out how to get out.
You want it in your eyes or your penis?
Yes. Still to come, the exciting return of Ted versus the FCC right after emails on our question. What are you really happy you saw, or what are you really unhappy you saw? 206-421-ROCK.
New on Curiosity Stream, he allows them their riches
Putin has to be the richest of the rich.
in exchange for their loyalty.
The oligarchs have supported someone for president that they underestimated.
The illicit affair between Russia's elite and the man who rules them on Putin and the oligarchs. And World War II Normandy, an obscure battle training session takes a tragic turn. Uncover the one secret military catastrophe on the secret D-Day disaster. Watch now on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit curiositystream.com.
Realtors abide by a code of ethics. This is Article 9 in action. Beth, a first-time homebuyer, knew nothing about the home buying process, except that she wanted to buy a home. But her realtor had the expertise to make sure Beth understood every document, even giving her copies to review with her lawyer so Beth could close on her first home with confidence. Complicated things explained in simple terms. The difference between an agent and a realtor is real. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. That's who we are.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.